Bam. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards, cause Commander's number one. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel. I've got the boys with me. I have Sherman and Slothy. Sherman, how are you today?
I'm so cold and tired. How about you?
I'm good. I haven't been outside. I went outside a little bit yesterday, kind of before all of the bad snow was happening. I think it snowed all night. Basically, all I did yesterday was like one of my only days off. I went for sushi. I drank like 2 bottles of sake, and then I came home and went to bed, and it was pretty awesome. That was pretty much all I did with my day off.
That's really nice.
Yeah,
so.
Didn't have to deal with the snow. That's hours from now.
Here.
Oh yeah, I have to go do. My wife's doing a bunch of baking today, so I have to go and buy stuff. I have to go shop. Ugh. Not gonna be fun. And Slothy, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Still getting over being sick. Kind of wish that would go away, but not terrible. Got some new decks built out of the Avatar stuff. Yeah, just kind of chilling.
That's not so bad. I'm very happy. You'll notice big booty Baydor in the back there of the video when I put up. I got another fun one at the face-to-face event. I really like these big cards. I don't have enough of them ever. I gotta actually compete in more events and not just bother them. Not just bother them for them, but no, we had a really, really good time out at the face-to-face. I found a few of my highlights as I found the for good artwork that I was looking for, which was awesome. And now I have a signed one. I got the stargazing playmat as well. That looks just peak. I picked up a bunch of art and we played a lot of really, really funny games. I got 3 separate games in where I cruel clawed people. People were like, show me your silliest deck. And I was like, I got you. And 3 out of 3 times it worked. I don't think I think I only won one of the games. Somebody eventually bounced back and killed me quick. But I will say people were very good sports about the World Fire. Yeah, it was
fair enough.
It was a really nice time. We played some fun games. Sherman brought out a real bracket one, which was very funny.
Yeah, like hearing people's stories about playing bracket one at the event was kind of sad, to be honest. Because once again, people were just building bracket one, and their intention wasn't of bracket one; it's more of bracket 4.
Yeah.
So when I was playing it, So when I was playing my bracket one, everyone was like, "Oh, here we go again," and they're like, "No, oh my goodness, this really is a bracket one." So, the Commander Cook-Off guys have dubbed my bracket one deck the Dan Dan deck because I can't attack you unless you control islands.
The CCO guys were a blast to play with, honestly. They're always
incredible.
fun.
They were very fun to play, interact with, and everything. They're great to talk to. Great bunch. So looking forward to hanging out with them again, hopefully soon.
I always have just a really good time playing with them. They're both silly. I didn't get any games in with Brando this year, which is a bit of a bummer, but I did get some in with Ryan, which was fun. Ryan always makes me laugh pretty hard.
Yeah. I didn't get a game in with Ryan or Brando, but I got a game in with like a bunch of the crew there and friends and everything. It all came from Saskatchewan, so
yeah,
and it was great.
I played a bunch with Brad specifically. Brad was a lot of fun to play with down there.
The event overall was really, really nice. So
yeah, I'm just trying to set my thing up here for 1 second. I can't. My window doesn't work.
While you're trying to set that up, let's talk about other things here. So, like, one thing we want to announce for our friends for CEDH Alberta, they do have an event coming up in February. I think it was. Let me look this up real fast. February the 21st, I believe. Yes, it is a proxy-friendly CEDH event, and it's being held in Calgary at our LGS Ogre's Den. So, if you want to go and try your skills at CEDH, it is proxy friendly. So, that's the good thing. You don't have to spend like thousands of dollars to build your deck. You can just be like, here's a piece of paper, and go from there.
I think you've got to be proxy friendly for a CEDH event. Otherwise it's just like who has the bigger collection, or it doesn't feel great to try and spend like, here's a $7,000 deck, and then I get $100 in store credit, right? I don't know what their pricing actually is, but
like I have to agree. Like I don't want to spend $600 getting a dual land just cause.
Well, again,
or like $1,200 to get a Gaia's Cradle. Like,
and if you have them, that's phenomenal. It's wonderful that you're able to do that. But if you don't have them, like why make it so strange to actually do for people, right? So it is nice that they are going to be getting the like that is proxy friendly. Do you know any? We should find out more details about them, like entry kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, so definitely contact them, ask for more details. I'm as anyone that has listened to us for a while, you guys know I am slammed at work right now. So even during the face-to-face event, it would just be like me going to work early in the morning, doing what I can, going down to the face-to-face event bright and early, like before the event starts, so we can like prepare and set up and all that stuff. After the event, I gotta go back to work, get a bunch of stuff done, and then I go home and I pass out, and I repeat the process. So like it is what it is.
Right. It's definitely not fun when you're working so much. I'm happy that you're ideally getting a bit of a slowdown after Christmas, but I don't know if you ever actually really do get a slowdown after Christmas.
Not really.
Yeah, it kind of just doesn't really end. Hey, we did it as well. As well for our other. I've got my things done. We figured it all out. As far as what I was going to say is the event, we got to meet up with Nerd Gear, and Nerd Gear is one of our new sponsors, which was awesome. I didn't get to play with any of the House of Cards guys, but which was a bit of a bummer. But let me pop that screen up right now. The Nerd Gear guys hooked us up with a bunch of new stuff, and I have to say these are the best sleeves I've had. I need to go and get more of them. They I can't remember the name of their sleeves, but they've got great colors. They're really good texture. But they did one of the hardest flexes I've ever seen a business do. And they just sleeved up decks in the other ones, and we're like, here, you test and see what it feels like comparatively. And you don't do that unless you have confidence in it. So I was really, really happy to get some of that stuff. I've got one of the Commander Essential kits now too, which is really, really nice. So I'm happy to be doing that stuff. And then if you want any of these things from Nerd Gear or any of our House of Cards, awesome discount because they got the best. They got me my Wan Shi Tong. Let's go. People asked me to play with Wan Shi Tong repeatedly, by the way, at the event. Animals. They wanted to be bounced. But yeah, if you want any singles, promo code IT99 at houseofcards.ca. It's going to get you a discount at checkout. Supports us, supports a great business. It's also going to be that same one over at Nerd Gear. And they're just great. All of their product is wonderful. And it was just really fun to interact with those guys too. I kept I like their dice towers too. I really want to get one of those. They I will say from a side angle sitting down, they did look crazy. Yeah. It was I'll tell you this joke after, Slothy, but they're an interesting display piece from the side is all I'll say. That's
okay.
That's where we'll leave that one. Let's jump into this week's commander here. We've got Aang and Katara, and I love General Tazari, and so anything ally related, I'm always excited for. But the Avatar set kind of disappointed me a bit in the direction they took allies. There's definitely upgrades for them, but they're very different, right? Like they're I like that allies have always been kind of like slivers with ETBs, right? Whenever an ally enters, X happens. And the set really didn't give us much of that, but it did give us a lot of these really, really cool abilities. So I ended up going a very different direction for a lot of these the ally decks. So I built Aang and Katara, super fun deck. It's 3, a green, a white, a blue for a 5/5 human avatar ally. When Aang and Katara enter or attack, create X/1/1 ally tokens where X is the number of tapped artifacts and or creatures you control. That's phenomenal. I understand why they didn't give me more tapped or enter abilities,
Yeah, it's a really strong ability when you think about it. Just because, like you have like so many things that you tap, like mana rocks and whatnot. So, and like same thing with creatures. So this can get out of hand real fast.
Well, a really good way, like as well, is that, like you said with the mana rocks thing, right? Generally speaking, you need an annoying commander like Wan Shi Tong, like Toxrill, Una, Queen of the Fae, any of those kind of things that have an ability to dump your mana into or to do stuff with, right? Because if you just fill it with rocks, then it kind of sucks. And this is, in today's game, 6 is a pretty high commander cost, right? So you don't want to do that. But if you have, like, I notoriously run a lot of just the junk tap rocks, right? Like the fire diamond, sky diamonds. I love those kind of cards. I think they make the game fun. They chill things out a bit. But you're not like, if you're just power running rocks and stuff, right? Even if you pay for this with all rocks that tap for one thing, like mind stones, sky diamonds, that stuff, you're gonna get, it's a 5/5, but it's gonna also enter with 6 other ones if you've tapped 6 rocks. That's really strong, right? And it's kind of fun because this also, you can go. I was experimenting with a little bit more of the everything enters tapped kind of archetype of things, like your root mazes, your those kind of things. So you can play this kind of stacksy because all you have to do is have it enter tapped, like enter, and it counts how many things are tapped, right? Because it doesn't count. It doesn't care if it's tapped. It also counts. So yeah, it's a powerhouse commander. It's really, really fun to play. Let's jump into our ramp on it here. We have a few pieces of ramp.
I will start us off on the ramp side. So first one we have here is going to be an Arcane Signet. We always see this as a lovely card for 2 mana. The artifact, you tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity.
Then we've got Avacyn's Pilgrim. It is a single green for a 1/1 human monk that can tap for a white.
Yeah, I like any of these tap creatures. We have our first ally in the deck, which is Beastcaller Savant. I guess Aang and Katara are an ally, but we have our first non-commander ally. It's 1 in the green. It's got an elf shaman ally, 1/1. It has haste. You tap it, add 1 mana of any color, spend it only for creature spells, but that's okay.
All right. Next one we have is going to be an Elvish Mystic for a single green. It's an elf druid that's a 1/1, and you tap it for a green mana.
Then we've got Felwar Stone, 2 mana artifact. You can tap it for 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce.
I swear I didn't set it up this way that I get all the cool cards, but we have one of the new cool allies. Yeah, right. It's the Great Divide Guide, which is a really fun thing to say. And it's, again, a human scout ally. 1 and a green. It's a 2/3. Each land and ally you control has tap to add 1 mana of any color. And when you generate that many tokens, that's sick. By the way, as a forward, you can definitely put your, what's the word I'm thinking? Your Parallel Lives, Doubling Seasons, Mondrak, Anointed. I get it. I understand it. I don't run them in all these decks because I have so many. Again, I'm not the norm, but I have so many token decks already, right? I don't need 30 Parallel Lives decks. I like to build a little different. So just early upgrade things. If you want to do it, you have a lot of tokens, generates lots of mana. I get it. You guys don't need to let me know. I understand those. I haven't forgot about them.
You also have to consider that, like, even if you just have like Anointed Procession, Parallel Lives, Doubling Season, Mondrak, Adrix, the commander that's blue, green in Strixhaven when it first came out, like
Tanazir.
Oh, there. If you have just those cards combined,
you're
already like $300.
You're talking Adrix and Nev, not the dragon, the token doubler. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's one Edge of Eternity.
It's like $300 just for those cards combined at the point in time. Like maybe more. Like, how much is your deck, Daniel?
$150 or something, I think.
Yeah,
and I think the commander's only $8, but yeah, it's $161. It's not a crazy deck.
Yeah, so like you don't really need the doublers. Doublers are nice; they're just fun, right? But you don't need them.
I played this one at the event, just one time at the event, but I have played a few online games with it. You get a lot of tokens. You really don't need more tokens. I promise you. Sherman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on here to the next card. It's gonna be Growing Rites of Ikhlama. So it's 2 in a green, legendary enchantment. When it enters, you look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them, put it in your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. at the beginning of your end step. If you control 4 or more creatures, you transform it to Iflimok, Cradle of the Sun. So it's basically a God's Cradle at this point in time. But you can tap it for a green mana, or you can tap it for a green mana for each creature you control.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they reprinted this like a decent amount, just because it's showing here $6 when this first came out in Ikoria, it was like a $20 or $30 card.
Yeah, whatever the old one was. I really like the stupid little mushroom art that they redid on it too. I think it's funny. They knew that it was for Slimefoot decks, basically.
Oh, 100% they totally did.
Next up here, we've got the Harabaz Druid. 1 and a green for 0/1 human druid ally that can tap for X mana of any one color, where X is the number of allies you control.
Pretty cool.
Holy smokes, this is expensive.
Oh yeah, again, like I said, although I was not happy with the direction they took allies, people want the old ally cards a lot right now. If you check your boxes, you're going to find some value in those ally cards for sure, for old ones. We have our Hermetic Herbalist next. 1 green, 1 blue for a 2/3 human druid ally. You can tap it for 1 mana of any color. It's basically there because it's an ally. Or you can tap, add 2 mana in any combination of colors, spend it only to cast Lessons.
Right. Then the next card we have here is going to be Inga and Esika for 2 and a green and a blue. Legendary creature, human god. That's a 4/4. Creatures you control have vigilance and tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell, if 3 or more mana from creatures was spent to cast it, you draw a card. I always forget that my creatures have vigilance because I don't care.
Yeah, I'm immediately tapping them, exactly. I think this is possibly still the silliest art in Magic. I always say that I want a big print of this one too.
Then we've got Llanowar Elves. Single green for a 1/1 elf druid that can tap for a green.
We have our nice easy marble diamond next. 2 colorless. It's an artifact. It enters tapped, which is great for our commander, or great to ramp our commander out. And it just taps for white.
Then we have our simple moss diamond for 2 mana. Enters battlefield tapped, and you tap for a green.
Then we have our Selesnya Signet, 2 mana artifact. You can pay 1 and tap it to add green-white.
And if you couldn't guess, the other diamonds in the deck too, of course. Sky Diamond at 2, it enters tapped, adds blue.
And then we have our fancy Soul Ring here. Daniel has chosen the Avatar one to throw in. So, single mana, tap to add 2.
You gotta have the fancy one.
I now see the method of your ordering. We've got Strixhaven Stadium next. 3 mana artifact. You can tap it to add a colorless and put a point counter on it. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter from it. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a point counter on Strixhaven Stadium. Then if it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all, and that player loses the game.
It was meant to be. Strixhaven Stadium for any deck that has a bunch of creatures is the best rock. It's undeniably, if you have a lot of creatures, Strixhaven, because you can just kill someone. You can just murk them with 10/1/1s.
Oh, yeah. It's not difficult to take people out of the game with this.
Oh, you've been playing life game, you have 4,000 life, so you tapped out because you don't fear me? Do you fear death now? I cast Strixhaven Stadium. Counterspell. No! Next, we have our Talisman of Curiosity. It's going to be 2 mana. It's a artifact. Taps for a colorless, or we ding ourselves for 1 damage for a blue or a green on a tap.
And then we have the Talisman of Progress for 2 mana. Tap for a colorless, and you can tap it for a blue or a white, and it deals 1 damage to you.
And then, rounding out the cycle here, we've got the Talisman of Unity. 2 mana, taps for colorless, or you can tap it for green or white and have it deal 1 damage to you.
Yeah. So like I said, we've got 20 deep in our ramp section. Generally speaking, we're going to be one of the fastest to rebuild on a board wipe. You know what I mean? If we're late game and you board wipe me and I have like 10 of these out, okay, well, now I have 10 creatures out on the enter and I'll have another 10 or 11 on the attack, right? You get back really, really quick with this, especially with how many artifacts we have to ramp us. Next, we've got our life gain section. Not many cards in it, but they just do cool things. We start with Distinguished Conjurer. 1 and a white. It's a 1/2 human wizard. Whenever another creature enters under your control, you gain a life. It's just so much good passive life gain. But for 4 and a white, exile another target creature you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. There's 2 kinds of blink. There's end step blink, and then there's instant blink. And being able to instant blink right now, we've fully swung out with Aang. People think we're open. We instant blink the Conjurer, and we've got 20 new creatures to block. Bloop, bloop.
Fun times. Next one we have is going to be Undo Cleric for 1 and a white. It's a core cleric ally. That's a 1/1. Whenever the cleric or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may gain life equal to the number of allies you control. This is a little dangerous.
Yeah, it's pretty bonkers.
Each time an ally enters off your commander's kind of nutty.
Yeah, I have 10 allies enter, and even if they're only the 10, then it's 10 of them gaining me 11 life. Yeah. I was able to get when I played this deck, basically every time I've been able to pretty consistently trigger that 10 allies. So that's why I keep saying 10. It's not a random number. It's a lot of allies you get.
Then we've got the South Pole Voyager, 1 and a white for 2/2 human scout ally. Whenever this creature or another ally you control enters, you gain 1 life. If this second time this ability is resolved this turn, draw a card.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, right. It's actually pretty awesome. There's definitely some solid life gain in the again, it's 3 cards deep. It's like a $1.50 investment, basically, give or take, and it pays itself off really fast. We have our ally section, and again, like I said, I was expecting with like the General Tazri style, right, that I was going to fill this deck with allies. That it was going to be just I thought I was coming to you guys when I started building this with a 40 ally deep section, and that's really not the case. Like, we've got some allies in here, but it's not really all that. We've only got 5 in our section here. So we start with Hat of Freeblade. It's a 1-drop, 0/1 human soldier ally. When it or another ally enters under your control, you may put a 1/1 counter on Hat of Freeblade.
And then we have a new card, Inspired Insurgent, for 1 and a white. It's a human peasant ally. That's a 2/2. Hey, peasant can be a new type. Sweet. Tap 1 mana and sacrifice this creature. Destroy target artifact or enchantment.
Solid. Then we've got Jwari's Shapeshifter, 1 and a blue for a 0/0 Shapeshifter ally. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any ally creature on the battlefield.
I'm going to be honest, basically every time it's Aang. Basically every time it's my commander and I'm doubling it up. I don't even care if it dies. It is really nice if you can get a second Undo Cleric out, then your life gain is just absurd. But yeah, we don't have tons. One of the best allies you can draw in the deck is this Katara the Fearless, and I've seen a lot of really cool decks building this in a way I never would have gone. But Katara the Fearless is a green, a white, a blue for a 3/3 human warrior ally. If a triggered ability of an ally you control triggers, that ally triggers an additional time. Ally Harmonicon is pretty awesome, but basically everything I've seen right now is people running it as a Voltron commander, and then like all of the swords and stuff, and doubling up those triggers of when this attacks, when this deals damage, and they look like pretty nuts decks, to be honest. Like, normally you kind of suffer from, like, equipment decks are typically like a Boros or a mono white kind of, you don't really get many Bant equipments. Yeah, Voltron Katara seems awesome.
Yeah, Voltron Katara is devastating. I'll say that. It's really, really hard to go against.
Yeah. But again, for 3 mana, we have so many cool allies in the deck that, like, again, even just the fact if we ran no other allies in the deck, just our commander alone would be awesome to run this.
Yeah.
Right. The next card is going to be the last card here for the allies section. It's going to be Oran Reef Survivalist for 1 and a green. It's a 1/1 human warrior ally. And it has, whenever the Survivalist or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1/+1 counter on the Survivalist.
Yeah, these get big.
Yeah. We got some blink cards here. Kind of jumping into that, we've got the Acrobatic Maneuver. 2 and a white for an instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control and draw a card.
I build a lot of blink decks, and I don't often talk about the nuance of like how you play them. You do have to hold up different blink cards for different things, because the ability to return something immediately to the field versus like a delayed one really, really does matter on what's going, because, okay, I'm about to get board wiped while I acrobatics maneuver, and then my card still dies, right?
Yeah, you still get board wiped.
Yeah, sometimes you need these. So like we have offensive and defensive blinks is what I'm calling them. These are great for double triggers. These are great for like getting somebody tries to swords my commander, because they're gonna try, because this commander, if you removed the whole win this attacks line, I would have built this commander the exact same way. The fact that it has that attacks ability, that wasn't necessary, but it's just a delightful treat. It's yeah, again, I would build it the exact same way, remove that card and everything. Like the attacks, there's no need to put that on. So it's just a cool extra thing, but I would have built it the exact same way. The commander is very dangerous. It's going to get removed. People are going to not, like I said, the first time that if you go like a normal route, like you're a normal person and you put like a lightning greaves in a deck, like I never do, you can have very easily like a 20 deep card. Like if you go, what's the word I'm thinking? The like Throne of the God Pharaoh, what's the thing that whenever a permanent enters you mill? That annoying card, Alter the Brood, though, like those kind of things.
Yeah, if you have Alter the Brood, this would be brutal. But like at the same time, like you're like we're trying to play budget, right? So like if you have like your commander out with like Alter the Brood and like something like Displacer Kitten, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's basically game over for everyone. You're just casting regular like non-creature spells and you're just blinking your commander again and again and again, and everyone's just like milling like crazy, right? So
you can definitely really, really easily get a lot of like you can go infinite with stuff like this and get infinite tokens and stuff. I generally like to play more silly than that, so that's not why I built it that way. But anyways, back to our other ones. We have the blue version of acrobatic maneuvers, which is Blur. 2 and a blue, exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and you draw.
And then after that, we got new artwork for a Cloud Shift for a single white. It's an instant. Exile target creature you control. Then return that card to the battlefield under your control.
It's really cool art.
Then we have Displace. 2 and a blue for an instant. Exile 2 target creature cards you control. Then return them to the battlefield under their owner's control.
We have our Ephemerate next. A single white instant. Can't talk today. Exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control with Rebound. The Rebound's a bait in this deck because, like, again, I'm doing it on my commander, and I'm like, but then I can't get the attack trigger.
That's why you got to put in the Lightning Greaves.
No.
Yeah, there you go.
No. I'm a deck builder. I've never said I was a good deck builder.
Fair enough. The next card we have here is going to be Essence Flux for a single blue. It's an instant. Exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it's a spirit, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
It's really fun that I get to, especially at events and stuff. Like I said, people that don't play with me a lot, they threat assess my decks really weird because I keep holding up white mana and blue mana, so everyone thinks I'm going to counterspell them, or they're waiting for like a Swords to Plowshare kind of thing, but I don't really do that. That's not really who I am. I'm just sitting there blinking, so they always they're like, okay, he finally tapped out, he's got no way, and then I'm just like, 1 white I blink, 1 blue I blink. I play really annoying.
We'll be right back.
Ever wondered what a rhythm-based stealth game with dinosaurs might look like? Or a farming sim in space with zombies? Welcome to the Gaming Blender podcast. I'm Matt, and with my co-host Scott, we take a random game genre and random game mechanics, blend them all up, and pitch wild, totally hypothetical games you've never heard of, and maybe shouldn't. New episodes every other week. Hit play and unleash your inner game dev. No coding required. Search the Gaming Blender on your favorite podcast app now.
Yeah. Next up here, we've got Flicker of Fate. 1 and a white for an instant. Exile target creature or enchantment, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Yeah. We've got our Momentary Blink as well. 1 and a white for an instant. Exile target creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flashback that you shouldn't forget about. 3 and a blue.
And then the next card we have here, it's not really a blink.
It's not a blink at all, but it's there.
We have a Panharmonicon for 4 mana here. It's an artifact. If an artifact or a creature entering causes the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Unfortunately, this doesn't trigger when Daniel's playing Mom.
It does not. Oh, that was a fun game. I don't get to play my Mother of Machines deck very often.
Yeah.
But I did decide when really quick, I did decide as well that I am going to make just a straight cleric Mother of Machines deck that's meant to like save the table from damage. It's going to be like a group hug Mother of Machines that's annoying. And it's just going to be everyone, like the Soul Sisters, the whenever my creatures enter. That's going to be the whole deck. It's still going to be all the blink cards. It's still, but none of the mean stuff that I keep putting into decks. And I'm going to just be like, it's my group hug deck, guys. You've got to believe me.
Oh, guys, it's bracket 1.
Yeah, that's funny.
Sorry?
I was just going to say it's the Mother of Machines religion. That's what the clerics do. Come on, let them worship.
Next up here, we've got Scroll Shift. 2 and a white, for an instant, exile to one target artifact, creature, or enchantment you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control and draw a card. It's nice having the enchantment in case someone tries to blow up your Alamok or something.
Yeah. I don't have a lot in here. Like I said, these are a lot of this deck is a lot of offensive links because like I really want to fill the table so badly with allies and be really annoying because we got some cool stuff later on to tap our creatures and do things. We have shenanigans. Shenanigans are about. Next we have our splash portal here, 1 blue. I think it's still one of the silliest artworks I've seen. I love everything Bloomburrow and Bloomburrow related. It's a sorcery. Exile target creature you control, then return it under its owner's control. If it's a bird, frog, otter, or rat, you draw a card. But again, we're just re-triggering Aang.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then we have the last card here under the blink section is going to be Y'shtola Rule for 4 double blue. Legendary creature Cat Druid. It's a 3/5. At the beginning of your end step, exile target creature you control. Then return it to the battlefield under your control. Then if it's the first end step of the turn, there is an additional end step after this. I'm really happy to see this drop in price.
Oh, it's brutal.
Not so bad.
The counterpoint to that, though, is that it doesn't matter what the price is because you can't find them anywhere.
That's so true. It's so bloody hard to find.
Final Fantasy really desperately needs a second wave reprinting. People don't really trade those cards in very often. Like some of the big tickets, like you were saying, like the cases are full of some of the bigger, like Sephiroth, those things, because they're so valuable. But these other ones, people just have hoarded them like dragons and just trade in your Y'shtolas, please. I need more of them.
Yeah, unless you're
go on.
Unless you're looking for the Final Fantasy pre-cons, which seem to be everywhere right now.
Are they? I haven't seen them.
You're kind of SOL. Oh yeah, there are like 5 stores at a mall near my house have all of them for cheaper than they were going for.
Yeah, like they overprinted the pre-cons, which I get it. It's understandable. They did a second wave did come out for Final Fantasy, so a bunch of LGSs do have them in stock again. Yes. But like at the same time, like I have to say, Daniel, you're part of the problem too.
No, I don't buy sealed stuff. I have to wait now. I haven't bought sealed things in ages.
You don't buy sealed stuff, but like how many decks do you have again? You just hear me out. How many decks again?
I got a few. Have I personally cleaned out my game store of like the new Terramorphic Expanse card? Sure. The waterbender skin rock from Avatar? Sure. Did I find every one of them that I could at the event and also buy all of them at the event? Perhaps I did.
I've been known to dabble.
Yeah, I've been known to dabble in a little card speculation. I'm speculating that they can go in my decks. Yeah,
but businessman at the end of the day.
Exactly. The problem is though, I only have 2 Y'shtolas, and again, that might sound like enough Y'shtolas, but it's not. For a man who loves Blink as much as I, the fact that you get the double Blink at the end step is so cool. I love this card. Which again, like I said, it's your end step. You've already swung out, and if you have that like magical 10 number, it's gonna blink. Now you have 20. It's gonna blink. Now you have 30. It's a pretty good investment for 6.
Yeah.
We have our draw next here. I think it's you here, Slothy.
Sure. Yeah, first up in this draw section, we've got Beck and Call. Beck is green and a blue for a sorcery. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield this turn, you may draw a card. And Call is for white and a blue for a sorcery. Put 4 1/1 white bird creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield, and it has Fuse.
we're pretty much never calling.
Say what you want. I love Dragon's Maze.
Yeah. When I first got, like, I took a break from Magic, and I kept being like, yeah, I'm going to get them for Shocklands. And so many game stores had them as really, really cheap boxes because a lot of people didn't know you could get shocks in them. So that's how I replenished a lot of my shock supply, was just buying a ton of these really like sub $50 boxes. It was great. So I have a ton of Dragon's Maze. Next, we have Cut a Deal here. It is going to be 2 and a white. Each opponent draws a card, then you draw a card for each opponent who drew a card this way. I like a little group hug.
Yeah.
The deck's about allies. It's alliances.
And all about backstabbing later, right?
Never.
All right. Next one's going to be a Distant Melody for 3 and a blue. It's a sorcery speed spell. Choose a creature type. Draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. I'm choosing pedants for now on, because we have pedants as a creature type.
Beautiful artwork on the card. Very dangerous to cast when you're running a deck that makes so many tokens and stuff. Because I've been holding it up and I've been like, I've got 40 allies on the battlefield. I'm like, well, I don't want to draw 40 cards. Calm down. I'm gonna deck myself. Relax a little. So sometimes you do have to do something silly like name your humans or whatever.
I mean, there's still 16 humans in the deck, so
yeah, there you go.
Next up here, we've got Halo Fountain. 2 and a white for an artifact. You can pay a white and tap it to untap a tapped creature you control. Create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Double white and tap. Untap 2 tapped creatures you control. Draw a card. And 5 white and tap. Untap 15 tapped creatures you control. You win the game.
I like alternate win cons.
Yeah.
I also like being able to retap that X mana of any color for allies you control.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
solid. Keep it rolling.
Pretty solid, yeah. We've got a Howling Land, because it's been a while since I put one in a deck, and I found more. So we have our 2 mana at the beginning of each player's draw step. If it is untapped, that player draws an additional card.
Heck yeah.
And then after that, we have an Idol of Oblivion for 2 mana. It's an artifact where you can tap to draw a card, and you can only activate it if you've created a token this turn. You can also pay 8 mana and tap it and sacrifice this artifact to create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token, which is really, really, really fun after a board wipe.
Yeah. We do have a lot of rocks. We could get this online after a board wipe and have it swinging.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we've got the Seagate Lore Master. 4 and a blue for a 1/3 human, or not human, merfolk wizard ally. Tap and draw a card for each ally you control.
Again, bait card.
You decide when the game's over and just draw yourself out.
Seriously, though, I might go through my collection and look for anything that says ally in it, because like the price points over all these ally cards are crazy.
Yeah, the fact that the old rares are all $8. We have Secret Rendezvous, and I love all of these alternate artworks for them. They're really, really cool. This is my favorite one. It's the cloud one, but it's 1 double white. It's sorcery. You and target opponent each draw 3 cards. I really like this new cycle of white giving 3 card draw for 3. I'm happy with that. I don't. Everyone's like, oh, well, you're giving opponents advantage. I don't care.
It's an ally deck. You're supposed to be allies.
Yeah, you're friends. You love each other. Sherman, you here?
Yeah, sorry, my computer acted up for a second there. The next one we have is going to be Tome of Legends for 2 mana. It's an artifact. It enters with a page counter on it. Whenever your commander enters or attacks, put a page counter on this artifact, and then you can tap 1 and tap it to remove a page counter from this artifact to draw a card.
Enters and attack. That's like all we're doing. It's like the only thing we do in this deck.
It's a really good card in here. We've got Transcendent Message. X and 4 blue for an instant. It's got Convoke, and you can draw X cards.
Yeah. Being able to tap our creatures for that is awesome, especially when I want to continuously tap the cards to have better Aang blinks.
Mm-hmm.
Aang and Katara, AK blinks, AK-47, allies enter. You guys die. That's my thought process. But yeah, what color are these allies? I think they're just white, right? White, yeah. So you can't tap them for the blue part of it, sadly, but that's okay still. And then we have a simple Windfall, which again you don't really see often enough because Windfall hasn't really been reprinted lately. But it's 2 and a blue. Each player discards their hand, then draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards a player discarded this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brings us to our next section here. That's going to be finishers. What? You don't finish games. You like to dirtle.
I do like to dirtle, but sometimes you got too many tokens and people are going to start to get upset.
So we're going to start off here with Katara, Water Tribe's Hope, for 2 and a white and double blue. Legendary creature, human warrior ally. That's a 3/3. She has vigilance. When Katara enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. And she has Waterbend X. Creatures you control have base power and toughness XX until end of turn. X can't be 0. Activate only during your turn. Fun times. That's so strong.
Yeah, the water, as well paying a waterbending cost too, you can tap your artifacts and creatures to help, which is awesome, because then I can just tap my whole field down if I want to get those bigger blinks as well.
Yeah.
Which is great. I can just be like, yeah, I'll tap 20 tokens, re-enter. I'll tap 20 tokens again, re-enter. So many tokens. They pair so nicely together. We have Mirror Entity, which would be an ally as well. It's 2 and a, I think this was Slothy's card. I'm going to read it. Slothy, you're next. 2 and a white. It's a shapeshifter. It's a 1/1, and then you can pay X into it until end of turn. Creature you control have base power, toughness, XX, and gain all creature types. Just a nice way to dump all of your mana late game.
It's an absolute staple in token decks.
Mm-hmm. Just that.
Next.
I was going to say really quickly that one, like pumping 4 into it when you've got 100 creatures it's exponentially better how many creatures you get,
Mm-hmm. Next up here, we've got Sokka's Charge. 3 and a white for an enchantment. During your turn, allies you control have double strike and lifelink.
That's so brutal. The next one we have is going to be Tajuru Beastmaster. Hope that's right. It's a 5 and a green for an elf warrior ally. That's a 5/5. It has rally. Ooh. Whenever the Beastmaster or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
Yeah. Again, like I said, they didn't need to give us that. Giving us that on attack ability is just insane, right? We full swing out, and now they're suddenly 20/20s. And then next we have Tajuru Warcaller, which is just substantially better than the last one. It's 3 double green for a 2/1 elf warrior ally. But when it or another ally enters, creatures you control get 2/2 till end of turn.
Pretty good. Then we've got Tetsuko Umezawa, Fugitive. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 legendary human rogue. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked.
Dropping this on the field is brutal. I hate this card. So rough.
So, the next section, I'm less excited for.
Don't even worry about that.
So Daniel has put in a mill section. And the first card off the bat we have is a 6 cost. It's a Hairstrung Kodo. It's an artifact. Tap an untapped creature you control. Target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. This will always be a fun card, especially when people play tutors. And most of the time, like the tutors are like Enlightened Tutor or something along those lines, or they just put it on top of their library. Or if you have someone like doing scheming symmetries, like, hey, pick me, and they put someone else, like, oh, that's how it's gonna be. All right, both of you mill that card. Bye. You should have picked me first.
Top deck control is so powerful, always. It's rough. And then we have a simple Halimar Excavator. It's pretty calm. It's 1 in the blue. It's a 1/3 human wizard ally. That's not even bad stats. When it or another ally enters under your control, target player puts the top X cards of their library into the graveyard where X the number of allies you control. Don't even worry about that. As I said, it's pretty easy to get 10 allies with that. Why don't you go ahead and put the top 100 cards of your library into your graveyard? Interesting. This is a game ender one which has to leave the battlefield with how many tokens you can create, because like I said, you can get your attack off so easily and so quickly, and you can full mill a single player. You can one shot. Like I said, again, life gain, no problem. That's fine. We've got solutions for life gain.
Yeah. Next we got the rather substantial protection section here. So I'll start us off with the Kabira Evangel. 2 and a white for 2/3 human cleric ally. Whenever Kabira Evangel or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may choose a color. If you do, allies you control gain protection from the chosen color until end of turn.
I'm gonna be honest, that's not even really a protection spell. It also could just be in finishers. I got a lot of Scoot Swarms.
Yeah.
Pro green. Yeah. Again, the fact that it triggers itself entering is crazy too.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, like you can use it this both offensively and defensively, like you said, right? So like, like even if like someone like has like a bunch of Scoot Swarms and you block every single one of them, like, okay, I'm just gonna blink one of my allies here, re-enters, okay, once like you said, pro green, and I block everything, all your Scoot Swarms die. Oh, in retaliation, like you still have stuff, alright, I'll blink another one, and then all they have pro green again and then attack and finish them off.
Well, we're all like the whole deck is we're quick blink colors, right? Like we're just quick blinking. So we're saving ourselves from like a blasphemous act, something like that. Because people still run blasphemous act a lot.
Oh yeah.
We have a removal section. Again, not really a removal section, but it's there.
It's about that counts.
I think it's me that starts here. Opposition. 2 double blue. You tap an untapped creature you control, tap target artifact, creature, or land. Again, it's just really funny to tap everyone's lands in their draw step.
He's just so mean.
Funny to me.
So mean. What's really fun? You can do a tap section or like, but the key is like tapping your creatures to like tap their lands during like their upkeep, right, or whatever, just so like they can float the mana, but then you can't do anything because you're passing phases or changing phases, and then all your mana goes away.
One of my favorite things to do is to again, as Sherman has said, I like to dirtle. But one of the things I think is the funniest to do with an opposition is I like to just tap. Like you're playing a 3-color deck. Okay, well I'm not going to be mean. I'm going to tap. You're playing like a green, blue, black deck. That's fine. I'm just going to tap all of your blue mana, all of your green mana. Go ahead, take your turn. I think it's hilarious. I think it's like the funniest thing to do.
What's really nice, like I've seen people do the same thing that you're saying, but it's like, it's like your turn, Daniel. It's like, okay, you tap like during your upkeep, you tap 2 your creatures to like tap like one of my blue sources and one of my like white sources. So now I can't counterspell anything during your main phase because I don't have mana left, or like you're trying to force me to use my removal right now or just wait. So, and it's just devastating because of that.
Yeah. That's why things like the Rishadan Port kind of cards are like so good in a competitive format, is because like you said, you tap down their ability. You respond now or you're not responding.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And again, it's yes, this is a fairly stacksy card. It's pretty annoying. But again, I'm just trying to, nothing says that I can still tap things that are tapped. If you're being chill with me, if you and me are buddies, I'll just tap one card 30 times because I just simply want to stack the board with allies. As long as you're not getting in the way of my great alliance, we're good.
Yeah.
All right. Next card here, we have Tajuru Archer for 2 and a green. It is an elf archer ally that's a 1/2. Whenever the archer or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may have the archer deal damage to target creature with flying equal to the number of allies you control. Ooh, fun times.
Fair.
Get that nonsense off the board. Play dragons in another pod.
Moving on over to our token section. We've got Invasion Reinforcements, 1 and a white for a 1/1 human warrior ally with flash. And when this creature enters, create a 1/1 white ally creature token.
Pretty cool, right? What is the set from Aether Drift? Aether Drift's commander. The next one, Renewed Solidarity, is like a silly card that everyone I think is still just sleeping on. It's crazy. It's 2 and a white. It's an enchantment. As this creature enters, you choose a creature type. It's going to be peasants. No, obviously it's going to be allies. Creatures you control of the chosen type get 1/0. At the beginning of your end step, for each token you control of the chosen type that enters this turn, you create a token that's a copy of it. What an insane card.
The Aether Drift commander decks were weird.
I don't even know what the Aether Drift commanders were.
This was Temet and Hashton that this deck was in.
That would make sense with the
zombies. Just like zombies in the racing set.
Yeah, the set.
I get you're going to Amonkhet, but zombies in a racing set.
They're notoriously slow unless it's like the 28 days later, and then it's all bad. You're all cooked.
Yeah,
But again, this this card is insane. Obviously, like, it's one of the craziest cards. The fact that it's only in the commander decks makes more sense why, but still, I like this kind of a token double, you know? It's kind of like the Ocelot Pride kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what you guys reminded me of, talking about all of the zombies and how slow they are? From one of the unsets, they had a zombie that had Last Strike.
Oh,
so
yes.
First strike, you have regular damage, combat damage, and then for that one, you have it would deal damage later. You know what would be interesting if Wizards brought in that evergreen mechanic and be like, hey, this creature is like a 20/20, but it has Last Strike. So you do a bunch of damage to it, and it's just so slow. It's just taking its time to swing, and when it does, it just blows the board away.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be interesting if they did something like that.
A Last Strike is an interesting concept.
What's the card you're thinking of is extremely slow zombie.
Yeah. Oh, is that the card?
Yeah.
That's funny.
They already came up with the mechanic. Why not just do it?
Again, having big, beefy creatures, like you said, but they hit last is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, have you ever played like Shadow to Colossus, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an old game, right? They're just giant golems walking around, you know, and they're so slow and they're just moving and everything, and like you can dodge them and all that stuff. But like, it would be an interesting concept. It's just like, give it like 20/20 Last Strike was trample. You have a chance to kill it before it hits you. Can you do it?
Mm-hmm.
True.
Oh, that game made me really sad.
Don't spoil.
I'm
spoil
not.
the game for people.
I'm saying nothing. Just that it made me really sad.
Fair.
Maybe
All
I play this one.
Keep going. I tend to go on tangents. I get it. The next card here is gonna be Turn Timber Ranger for 3 double green. It's an Elf Scout ally that's a 2/2. When the Ranger or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on the Ranger. This is an old card that you used to see people go infinite with. So,
yep, yeah, because if they're both creature types, but again, I'm always put the wolf in. I don't even care. You have a Suture Priest out and I'm taking damage. That's fine. Wolf's still coming in. What's up? I die like I live, making wolf tokens. Next here we have a United Front. It is X double white for a sorcery. You create X 1/1 white ally creature tokens, then put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Again, nice mana sink for us. We've got so many rocks, right? The fact that we can dump like everything into it, all our rocks are tapped out, and then be like, okay, now we double up. I think that might be our last section. Yeah, there we go. We got there.
yeah, that looks like it is our last section. After that, like, you have land, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I didn't put my actual land section in here. I've got duels and taps and stuff, like shocks. I have a robust section. Don't put those in. Seaside Citadel, then 13, 9, 10. That's all you need. Yeah. What do you guys think of this one here?
I like it. I think it's quite fun. I think it looks like it gets out of hand very quickly. Once you get your commander out.
20 ramp sources is a lot.
Yep.
Yeah, but like your commander's also a 6 cost, so it does help with that.
Even I just pulled up like a terrible hand, a terrible opener, but it's like a Howling Mine, Invasion, Requirements, Kabir Angel, Tajuru, Forest, Distinguished, and Line of War.
You have a Howling Mine. People will leave you alone for a while. It's okay.
I play Line of War. Yeah, now we're in the money. I love looking at this. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Oh yeah,
I would. Why I always get terrible opening hands when I'm playtesting this, but I just did one. 4 planes, 2 island, Distant Melody.
This is, I think I'm like turn 3 or something in this game here, and I've got a Talisman of Unity, Howling Mine, Line of War, Forest, Seaside Citadel, Island, Marble Diamond, Talisman of Progress. So I would realistically 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd Aang and get 4 creatures minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I drew a Katara the next turn. I would have Katara, then I would have yeah. It's like I said, it's a very, very cool deck to play.
Mm-hmm.
How do I get out of here?
You just hit the back button on your search bar.
Well, that makes it much easier. Yeah, again, like I said, I had a lot of fun playing this. It's when you play, sometimes 33 lands is too low of lands, but I always put 33 lands in because that's who I am as a person. That's the number I've decided works, and it doesn't matter the deck recipe. Pretty much always putting in that much. So, but yeah, like I said, this is a really, really fun deck. It's very, very different than like a traditional allies deck, which is what I was expecting from the. Again, everyone said there's going to be allies. You saw ally stuff in the spoilers. I thought we were going all ETB, going all of that, like just like full ally, like just like ally theme, top to bottom. And that's not really what this ended up being. This is more just blink and be annoying.
Yeah, like it's nice to have that. Like I understand people wanted like more ETB buys or anything, and Wizards didn't go that direction. And it is what it is. So, but like. Playing at the face-to-face when the set came out and everyone just having like a deck, like no matter what game you sat in, someone had an avatar commander, and it was really nice to see them go off. And most people tried not to do the infinite combos, which is much appreciated, just because everyone wanted to play their deck and see what they could do. So it's really, really fun. Fire Lord Azula is insane.
Yeah. The Emery made a Corona the False God deck because of Avatar, because it's an Avatar deck. She made a group chaos pass the card around the table deck. It was really, really cool. I world fired Emery the first time she played it, and then the second time she's trying to chaos to a world fire herself. She had a world fire in the deck too. Animals that I play with. Yeah, no, it was a really, really fun thing. Like you said, there was a lot of cool Avatar stuff. I did see a lot of the Fire Lord Azula does seem to be the popular go-to one. Like I saw a bunch of that, and it's a very, very cool deck.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, a pretty insane commander. Just the fact that you get the double up, anything like the firebending, especially with how popular things like Ishan is. That firebending mechanic is pretty crazy in general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically all I got to say about this one. I say we wrap her. Where's my buttons? Yeah. Thank you guys for getting through another one of these. If you like what you hear, like, share, subscribe. It really does help us out. If you want to directly support us, go over to Patreon. That's going to be the easiest way in general to support us. Come build decks with us. We have great patrons, and I want to say thank you to everyone. I really should give a better thank you to all the patrons, but thank you everyone who supports us on Patreon. It really, really does help out, and I love building decks with you guys and chatting with you guys. You are all wonderful. Above and beyond that, go over to houseofcards.ca, promo code IT90. Oh, I didn't even mention our giveaway. We're also doing a giveaway for a commander bundle. We should I should put that earlier in the episode. But you know what? You guys get if you just mention, let's say put your what's a good word, Sherman? We'll give them an extra entry if they get to the end of the episode.
Potato.
Yeah. Avatar. Yeah. If you say the word potato in the comment section on Instagram, I'll give you a second entry. But yeah, we're doing a giveaway, so just follow House of Cards. They're giving away a commander bundle, which is awesome, by the way. I want to win it. I wish. Yeah, I just want to know what people want to build in it and everything like that, and then go buy some stuff from Nerd Gear. They're wonderful, and their sleeves are, like I said, phenomenal sleeves. Nerdgear.gg. It's in our link. I gotta find their thing. But the promo code for both of those is IT99. That's gonna support two great businesses. It's also gonna get us a kickback support, which is awesome. So I'm very happy to be able to work with two awesome businesses. So yeah, that's it. Tell me what you would have put in this deck, what you're excited to build, and yeah, that's it. We let it roll.
All right, laters.
Bye bye.
See ya.